Welcome to my video today. I am so excited to play with some new makeup. I saw someone else on YouTube reviewing the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation and it looked beautiful. And so I thought I wanted to try that out today. And I picked up a couple other little e.l.f. goodies since everything is so affordable to try out. So let's just jump right in. I got the e.l.f. Acne Fighting Putty Primer, which I've also seen some good things about from some people here on YouTube. I just have my regular skincare on, so I thought I would just start in with this and give this a shot. I wish I had a little spatula to scoop this out. Maybe I'll use the back of my tweezers because they're actually pretty clean. I'm just gonna grab like a pea-sized amount, and I'm gonna put this where I would want some pore filling action, so just the center of my face. I don't really use a lot of primer, so we'll see, I mean, how this goes. Feels nice though. It's really thin, which is good. And it's silicone-y, but still a little bit like hydrated feeling. I know people really like these pore or putty primer situations, so I thought I'd try those out. Then I'm gonna go in like I typically would with my Supergoop Glow Screen. Take that as sort of my like base for my foundation today, as well as my SPF. Figured this would give us like a little bit of a really light base, kind of correct things a little bit. And then we can go in with the powder foundation to kind of see how that goes on top of it, add a little extra coverage, set it down because it is very glowy, a little too glowy for my skin. But I like it underneath things like a powder, so we'll try that out. I can't say I notice a huge difference right off the bat with the pore filling primer. I think it looks good. My skin does look very smooth, but I don't know, I'll have to keep playing around with that a little bit. The only other thing that I have from the e.l.f. Camo line is the hydrating concealer, which I actually really like. So I figured I would put this on as well before I go in with that powder. I'm just gonna do it under the eyes so we can see how much coverage this really gives us. And then buff that out with this Rare Beauty brush, which I really like. I have a limited time today because I'm trying to get this done while my baby is napping. We'll see how we do. I took a little on the nose just because I had a little extra, so I figured might as well. Now we'll go in with the Camo foundation. Looking at the colors, I wasn't quite sure which one. Hopefully this isn't too dark. This is Fair 150C. So we'll see. It looked good. Oh, it might be dark. It's so weird. When I was in the store, I was holding it up next to my arm, comparing it to some other shades, and this looked the best. And now that I'm home, I'm not so sure. I'm gonna go in with this kind of more dense kabuki brush, I think, to start. I might try a few different methods just because I'm not really sure. Okay, let's see. I'm just gonna, oh wow, I swirled my brush in and it did grab quite a bit of stuff here. Let me just tap some of that off to start. Maybe that was a mistake. It's definitely dark, but that's okay. I'll just take it down my neck. I don't mind doing that. It's pretty though, actually. Wow, okay. Now I'm just kind of like tapping into the compact instead of swirling because that was like way too much product. And then just sort of, you can see right there how much coverage that gave and how smooth my skin looks. My skin looks really smooth. Okay. I'm really sad about the shade. I thought I was onto something, because I really looked close in the store, but apparently I was not. I'm gonna take a little bit of a looser brush, again, tap into the product and take this down my neck a little bit so that it's not too disconnected from the rest of my skin tone, since apparently I'm the worst shade matcher ever. And then I think this is the best brush. This is actually e.l.f. too. This is the e.l.f. Flawless Face Brush. I use this for so much. I wish I had like 10 of these brushes, because I love applying foundation with this. I love applying bronzer, blush. I would do cream products, powder products, like everything. I just think this is the best brush ever. I think I prefer this brush to the denser kabuki. I just prefer this brush pretty much no matter what. Here's that. That looks really, I think, great. Don't you think? I think that's really pretty. And actually, the shade's not too bad. I think my neck is just a little bit lighter, but I feel like the rest of me, like, it doesn't look too off, wouldn't you say? Let's keep going and then we'll kind of see how we're feeling at the end here. I'm going to use the Milani Silky Matte Bronzing Powder. Top of that, this is another e.l.f. brush. I actually have a lot of their brushes. I wanted to pick up some more today, but I grabbed a few other things instead. So we'll have to get some more brushes next time. And of course a powder is gonna layer up pretty nice on this, so I'm not surprised that that looks good and blended out easily and everything. Wow, I actually think this looks great. It really doesn't look heavy. I do have a little bit more of an oily skin type, so I feel like this kind of thing works for me. If you are more dry, of course it might be a little bit drying since it is a powder, but I don't feel like this looks powdery at all. I just think it looks nice and thin, but perfected and smooth. And maybe that's because I had a glowier base product on underneath, but that's kind of my system I like to do anyways. I like to put on that glow screen and then I go over it with a nice powder. But I think using this looks so good. Now, since we tried the powder bronzer, I kind of want to try a cream blush and just see how this goes. I'm going to use my recently broken It Cosmetics brush. This just came off. I might just glue it back together because I love this brush so much. But they actually have the same brush from e.l.f. So I might also just get that. I don't know. But anyways, I'm just going to use this end of it and grab this Rose Ink blush. I'm going to tap that in there quite a bit. And then I'll probably tap off a little bit on my hand here just to make sure we don't go too crazy. And then just pat that in and we'll see how this layers over top of the powder. Oh, it's been so long since I've tried new makeup. I'm so happy to be doing this. This feels so pretty. This feels like TV makeup to me. You know what I mean? When you don't want to be too overly highlighted to emphasize any texture, since when they're on TV, they're gonna be under like bright lights and all that stuff. I feel like I look like I could be a news anchor or, you know, like a reality TV star with this kind of a finish on my skin. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's kind of the smooth, perfected vibe that I'm getting. And actually, that blush went on great. I think it looks really, really good. I'm just looking up close at some things, and I do see a little bit of texture on my chin. Granted, that could be because I put that putty primer on underneath. And I would assume it's that over the powder foundation. Is it me or does this not look powdery at all? I love it. Okay, I'm just putting a little bit of the Makeup Forever Aqua Resist Brow through my brows. Let's get that out of the way real quick. I did just groom my brows a ton. They were looking really rough, and I feel like I thinned them out a lot, like quite a lot. And I feel like they look fuller and they require way less effort now that I don't have like a bunch of areas I'm trying to fill in that are not actually part of my brows, you know, because I was trying to make them look bigger than they were. So I was using all these like sparse areas as part of my brows, so it required a lot more filling, where this is just like the fullest of the full part of my brows, and I feel like it fits my face shape way better than the bigger brows did. I think this looks so clean and nice. Okay, then I grabbed a couple of eye products as well. I've been wanting to try some shadow sticks, and I've heard really good things about these. So I grabbed 2 colors, and then I got a glitter or liquid metallic eyeshadow as well. Let's see if I can open anything. Okay, these are really cute. The packaging matches the color, so that's kind of nice because then you know what you're getting into. I don't know what I'm gonna use today, if I'm gonna use both or one or the other. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see me okay and the lighting's not terrible. It is getting a little bit dark, so I'm trying to get this done quick. Here we have Champagne Crystal, and then this taupier one is Magnetic Pole. So you can see this one's a lot more metallic and reflective. This one still has a little bit of shimmer to it, but it's definitely a little bit of a sheen and not so much like a metallic. So I actually think I'm gonna use Magnetic Pole, that taupey one, all over the lid. I've never really used cream shadows, so I'm actually really excited. So I'm just drawing this on everywhere. I don't know, we'll see how this goes. Like I said, haven't really dabbled too much, so we'll see. I'm gonna put a nice layer of that on. Then just take a nice blending brush and get the edges all buffed out. And just for my eye shape, I will put a little bit of my bronzer like in the crease as well, just with that same brush. I'm gonna get a little bit more of that color and just intensify that lid a little bit, and then I'm just gonna tap that out with my finger just because I want that to stay mostly put, but I don't want any excess product on there either. Cute. And then just with the brush that I was using for foundation, I'm just gonna clean up that edge a little bit and make sure that it's lifted up and not sagging down, pulling my eye down at all. I like that. And I'll just catch the other eye up real quick. This is super easy, honestly. So far, I think I really like this. I could get into the cream stick shadow life. Especially shades like this where it's kind of one and done. Like you diffuse it out and it almost turns into like a matte shade once you've kind of buffed it over, but then it's still got that nice kind of sparkle on the lid. Not even sparkle, just like a little bit of a shimmer. I think that's really nice. Okay, just for a little definition, I'm gonna take my bronzer under my lower lash line. And the last thing I picked up is this liquid metallic eyeshadow. I got the shade A Little Dipper. I thought this would go with the like taupey shade of the shadow stick that I got. This looks really pretty. I've seen a lot of people really like these little guys, so I thought this would be fun. This is smaller than I thought from the package. I thought it was gonna be long. Like I thought it was gonna be this whole, not that that matters because it's so inexpensive. Okay, that's really pretty. Can you see that? A really pretty reflect, tiny little sparkles in there, really nice bright kind of purple, and I think these are gonna pair really nicely together. I think I'm gonna put it on the back of my hand and then tap it in with my finger, just so I have a little bit more control over it. I think that will be easier for me. I really like the mirror in this foundation compact. Okay, I think this is so pretty. I hope you can see the difference. Look how nice and just like glimmery, but still pretty effortless that looks. It looks way more wet. Obviously it's a liquid. Hopefully it dries nicely. Actually, it's a little, no, it's drying down quite a bit. I think that is beautiful. I just like put it everywhere just now on that eye. So let me do that on the other eye too. I feel like this is so nice. I'm guessing if you drew it on straight onto your eyelid instead of from the back of your hand, it would be a little bit more impactful, but I feel like that is just perfect. Just a little bit more of my bronzer. I'm just gonna make sure that we didn't lose any of this definition here, because I feel like it kind of got a little bit lost. I don't want it to look messy. I want the glitter up there to look intentional. So leaving that bronzer there will help. Okay. Okay, that looks so stunning. I'm just gonna put on some mascara. I'm gonna use my Thrive Liquid Lash Extensions mascara, and then I'll throw on a little lip gloss, and then I'll be right back. I'm so excited about this. This is so fun. I just grabbed a quick palette because I wanted to throw on a little bit of an inner corner highlight. And then we will be all set. Listen, and don't even bother telling me about my eyelashes. Straighten you out there. I know they look terrible. I'm not sure what's going on. They used to at least look a little bit longer, but they are like stick straight and look like invisible. So I'm thinking about getting a lash serum. I don't know, but that's just where we're at right now. And then on my lips, I just have this Bare Minerals Gloss Balm in Heart. These are really nice because they just have a little bit of color. And this one pretty much matches my lips. So I can wear this, you know, with or without makeup. It's a little glossy, but nothing crazy. There's the full look. I think those shadow sticks are so fun. I love the powder foundation. Let me just run through everything really quick, actually. The e.l.f. Acne Fighting Putty Primer, I need to probably play around with a little bit more. I like how it felt. I don't feel like I see any difference because it didn't really smooth anything out that I can see or feel in any pores. But I'm gonna play around with it a little bit because if I have a little more time, I could probably look a little closer and just make sure I don't notice anything different, but I feel like it didn't do much. I'm just not really a primer person, to be honest with you. So there's that. Oh, let me put on a little setting spray. This feels so good. This Ciate Watermelon Burst setting spray. I love watermelon, first of all. I don't know if you're supposed to shake this. It's kind of aggressive though, so you have to stand way far back. Oh, it smells so good. It makes your makeup look literally so hydrated, but it like, I don't know, for me being oily, I kind of like that like tightened, set down feeling, and it kind of gives me that like tightened feeling a little bit, which I think feels good. So I really enjoy this stuff. Moving right along, new things we tried out, the powder foundation. I love this. I think this looks really good. Let me get in a little closer. It hasn't been very long since I first, oh my goodness, third time's the charm. First time I filmed this, my baby woke up. Second time I filmed this, completely blurry. Now we're back. Let's try it one more time. Now I've got my thoughts really clear and concise, so this will be nice and quick. BL foundation, I love this. I don't know if it's because I have oily skin, because I use nice glowy products underneath, but I really don't think this looks like powder. I think it looks so good, so smooth, so creamy, very natural, but really high coverage. You can definitely layer this up like you can see here, put 2 layers on that little pimple and you can see the texture obviously, but I feel like the tone is like completely gone from this. And I think it looks so great. Love that. And it worked really well with all my other products, including that cream blush. Shadow sticks. I only use this one. I really like this. I do think there's probably more pigmented out there. I would say when I was putting it on, it wasn't like super creamy right off the bat, like amazing pigment, but I haven't used a lot of cream shadow sticks, so I have no idea. And obviously it's e.l.f., so it's very affordable, which is really great. That kind of makes up for it a little bit. But I really think that the color is stunning. I love those kind of shades where it's like a one and done color. This nice like taupey purple is really pretty, and it almost has like more of a gold kind of finish to it at the end with the reflect, and I think it looks so good. It was really easy to work with, and there's no creasing, and it feels like completely set down, which is awesome. So I'm really happy about that, and I absolutely love this. This is probably my second favorite thing after the powder foundation. I think this shade, Little Dipper, is the cutest, and I love putting it on with my finger because I feel like it gave this nice effortless, wet, kind of like natural, you know, undone look to the lids. I think the color is really pretty. I think you could even put it on straight on with the applicator and it would give you a lot more impact. So the versatility is nice too, but it's great that it's so affordable, and I really like that. So I think that is it. I think e.l.f. is great. I feel like everything they've been launching is so good. Definitely really beautiful and really affordable, obviously. And I used a bunch of their brushes today too, which I have used and loved for a very long time. So I'm really happy with this video, the way the look turned out, the new makeup. I hope that you enjoyed watching. Let me know what you think of the video, of the look, of e.l.f., of all that. And if there's anything else you want to see from me, also let me know down below. I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.